Grand Rising. Disclosure Day is finally upon us. The the stream has been nonstop in the past week, and a lot of people have seen the mystery of David Wilcock. And last night we have the event happening with Donald Trump and the another attempt. It's getting a lot of people to see something. And we have total disclosure today. I'm here to teach the world. Anyone that wants to join in on today's podcast, you're going to learn something. You're going to see something that you've never seen before. There are certain attributes to the matrix. You might be on the journey of truth. You're a truth seeker. That's why you're here. There's something that people are waking up to today. And the more that we get closer to truth, the more that we question everything. In the past, a lot of people didn't question any of these events. Really sitting back and reading the stream for the past week. It's just been nonstop. Many people are questioning certain events that we're exposed to, that we're seeing. Why are we experiencing all of this? Those that have been part of the community, you're watching this channel on a daily basis. We said that the distractions are coming in the most pivotal moment in the history of humanity. I know there's people that are tuned in. You know the importance of this year. And then you see these very lavish situations that occur. And the information that I'm going to be putting out, you might not hear anywhere. Some of you really deep dive into these things. And there is a very deep correlation, the micro and the macro. We know the Disclosure Day 2026 is coming out this year. It's not a coincidence. It's a synchronicity. Those that are new, you could watch my original video on Disclosure Day 2026. And we see it play out. The way that it plays out is not what we have in mind. All right. So that's why you're going to want to go with it and realize that there are bigger energies at play. People do get swept away by the intensity of the energy. And when you are able to see, and you won't be able to see, so people say, why does it get so loud? Why does it get so crazy? Well, it's for you to see. Some people will never see. If you're a person that's able to focus their attention throughout this talk today, you're a person that's able to see. And we've seen this, attention spans are shot. A lot of people can only watch a TikTok. If you have no attention span, you're going to get lost. Why is this so? Well, look at the stream of information. It just keeps coming right now. So there are people that are totally lost in this absolutely, it's a crazy amount of things that are happening, events that are happening, information that is being put out to the people. And that's why. And where did it lead you? It led you to me. How are you? It's good to see you. I appreciate you being here on the podcast. We're live. Very grateful if you hit the like button. It allows others to get this information. So many people are commenting, putting up information in the past week, both on David Wilcock and the mystery, what happened with him. Last night, we have another event with Donald Trump. A lot of people are posting nonstop. And if you are able to not get caught up in what I'm going to teach today, and you have the ability to observe like I am, and I'm teaching you how to do this in today's lesson, you are going to see how this reality works. They said The Matrix is a documentary, and it really is. And if you don't understand that there is a matrix and then there's the organic reality, do you know this? That's why you're here. Oh, look at me. I'm on the screen, right? Do you have a sense of humor? You're probably dislodged from the matrix. Okay. So, what we are actually witnessing when we sit back and we look at these polarizing events when we see with Donald Trump last night, we see these events with David Wilcock. There's the geese. Yeah. Okay. The birds are coming out today. It's a great synchronicity for the lesson. All right. So when we see a massive amount of people, when we see, okay, remember, no charge doesn't do anything. But if it's a highly energetic charge, if it's a highly, it is whirlwind. If it's a highly energetic charge, I'd rather have the birds than the other distractions. I love the birds. Okay, I love nature. All right. So what you are witnessing, if you're a person that is able to see this, you are actually witnessing pendulums. Okay, pendulums are part of the matrix. All right, it's part of reality. We see it in nature, and the matrix also operates with pendulums. Okay, pendulums are energetic informational structures, and this is where energy clusters together. Energy is collected through a common idea, people that have to conform to a certain idea. All right, and this is an actual organization of nature. Sometimes we see a school of fish, sometimes we see a flock of birds, right? So when we actually observe the humans, look at the humans. When we observe the humans and we see the people, right, they're actually getting caught up in what's called a pendulum. All right, so any attention is the actual currency of the universe. So what you're paying attention to in the matrix, there was people that had to dislodge because they were just a human battery. Are you a human battery, or are you a free and sovereign soul? Ask yourself the question today. All right. So how do we see pendulums in everyday life? Okay. So we could see pendulums in political parties, organized religions, and sports teams. All right. A lot of the times, a lot of people get really triggered with political parties. I like to use sports teams to help us understand. It's a little bit lighter, and this way we don't trigger any people that are ingrained with a Democrat or Republican, okay, or what's the system they're involved in. So it's always going to go to the energy of pendulums, okay? People that get caught up in the pendulum, we're seeing this right now. You give your power to the pendulum and you identify yourself as the sports team, the political party. There are certain clicks on the internet when it comes to spirituality. I discussed that here on this channel. You could click subscribe and you could see the deeper pictures, okay? So the pendulum rules or dictates your life. All right. And it's simply about attention. Pendulums don't always have to be negative. In recent times, there's a lot of negativity around things, but pendulums just are. All right. So when I teach from a place of authenticity. Pendulums don't always have to be negative. Pendulums are just a focus of the matrix. It's a focus of nature itself. When you do see the flocks of birds, when you do see the schools of fish, and there's an energy that is going through the collective of that maybe species. Okay, we could see it in the species of the humans right now. All right, and what your job to do is today, if you're able to focus your attention on this today, you are able to energetically disengage with the pendulum. So you could disengage with the pendulum. You could observe the pendulum. You could like the guy, right? You could say, oh, Donald's like a cool guy. Maybe you don't like him. Or you could say David Wilcock is, he was a good person. And like that's what I try to show people, because social media, you talk about, I just talk about the society. You talk about men, women. You talk about people like you actually know them. Like I don't know David Wilcock personally. So, but I could sit back and I could study, and I'm seeing what the people are posting. And again, when you actually sit back and the feed is coming down, you could hit me up on Facebook. We have a tremendous Facebook community, and you could see what all the people are posting. And 50% is positive things about the guy, and 50% is, this was a distraction. This is, what is this, right? So me personally, right, this is why I teach people. I got to stay in my lane. I'm not going to get involved in somebody else's life. That's not my business. It's none of my business. But what I can do, right? Fit Brit writes facts. A lot of people get this. So this is getting caught up in a pendulum. I watch people. They get obsessed with it. They got obsessed with it for hours and days. Are you living your everyday life, or are you caught in what's called a pendulum? This is a very powerful episode today. How do most pendulums operate? Okay, remember, pendulums also can be positive. Okay, guilt, duty, and obligation. You could write these things down. When you start to see, are these people in a clique? Are they trying to guilt me? Are they trying to give me duties that I don't even have? Are you up, kid? Are you up? Or do you have obligations? And I told the community, we're leaving a life of obligation and we're headed to a life of creation, as the birds are giving us the synchronicities. Are you creating your everyday life, or do you have obligations? Do you have obligations to a person you don't even know? What are you actually watching? I appreciate the beautiful comments that are coming in. Please hit the like button to push this forward. All right, it's a really powerful episode today, because this is everyday life, and we're seeing it right now. And those that maybe are interested, you could learn about these things from this channel. And that's why the people that see my content of character, I didn't go rushing out to talk about this when that happened last week. So what I do is I sit back and observe. A lot of people, when you go out on social media, on the internet, they're looking for clicks. They're not really looking for the deeper stuff. If you're a person on this channel, you're here for the deeper stuff. You're here to actually live your life and not be part of a pendulum, not be part of the matrix. So what this is teaching us, you could actually sit back. You have disengaged, because some people are ingrained in it. And people are living their life according to the pendulum. And they're not floating around like the bees over here, right? We got the bees going. Get the honeybees going in the comments. It's the yellow. Okay. So and this is deep stuff. Anyone, again, if you get triggered, but you have to see it. What I'm doing today, what I do on this channel for anyone that you want to improve your life, you want to actually, do you want to take back control of your life? If you get triggered but this is what you want to do, the purpose of having that feeling is until the day you actually see the loop, until the day you actually see it. You have to see it for you. I could point it out to you, and then when you see it, now I see I see the behaviors on the internet. What's going on? Do you know about the internet? Is this the greatest channel on YouTube, Britt? I appreciate that. Okay. So when you actually are able to see the pendulum yourself, right? So a lot of people said, everyone had, phones last night. Everyone was posting on social. Then people critique this action and that action and this and that. And it's a very big spectacle, right? A lot of people are analyzing every last thing, and that's good. That's good in a sense. Remember, you have to listen to this message. Some people will not understand this. I understand that, but what I'm here to do is give the world the stuff that they really need. You can observe. You have disengaged with the pendulum. If you sit there and you say, I am a Democrat, I am a Republican, and that's how you're operating out of a label, you're lost. You're going to fail this year. This is a very big year. You might as well click subscribe if you found me today. But if you're a person that's able to observe you're just observing, I could observe these things. We're part of the society. So you don't want to just like, some people just want to disappear, and that's also, I mean, you could do whatever you want. And the number one thing, so going back to what I stated before with the pendulums, and if it's more of a negative pendulum, you got guilt, duty, obligation, and oh baby, gossip. Do you see people could gossip about me? I'm not even that tremendously famous, right? But all of these things are actually feeding the pendulum, right? Do you understand this? So in life, it's just about attention. Like if you are out of your ego and you're seeing this stuff from a higher vantage point, I discuss ascension on this channel. Okay, if you are able to observe this and then you see all the gossip that's going on, gossip is actually a lower vibration, and it gets you sucked into the pendulum. And now, like in the Matrix, you're a battery for that actual pendulum. And more energy gathers to it. There are people in the world, these are the people that are able to focus their attention throughout this. You could actually see what's going on, but you don't get absorbed into it. You could get absorbed into the situation. Yeah, beat after beat. Gossip is a terrible thing. It is the main event time. This really is the main event, right? So you can still like something. You could still be part of the group. But the main idea is that it is not dictating your life. I've seen people throw relationships away because of being, they were a matrix slave, the battery to a pendulum. Right. So let's just take, like sports teams, for example. You watch sports, right? You go to the stadium. So now you have a gathering of people. This is just teaching how the pendulums work. You have a gathering of people, and then they score a touchdown, right? They hit a home run, and boom, everyone gets happy, and there's energy from that, right? Or the other team scores a touchdown, you lose the game, and then there's a sadness, and everyone in the stadium, that's why everyone feels sad. Everyone feels, you're getting nervous. There's a 2-minute drill. The quarterback has the ball. Everyone's heart's pumping. So when we analyze sports teams, we'll keep it to sports teams because it's a little bit less triggering, and then you could apply it to whatever your political affiliation, it's fake, whatever your, spiritual background is, it's all labels. But if you go to the sports teams, and that's at a major scale, and that's why I share, I watch sports, but I don't get absorbed by it. Some people, and this is how I teach you to live your everyday life. You can take part of society, but what you don't want to do is get absorbed by it. Okay. A lot of people are writing comments about the negativity of gossip. So if you do want to improve your life, you're going to realize that gossip is one of the big parts of the modern society, right? The modern society, it's going to drag you in, and you don't want to take part of gossip. And that gossip is pulling you out of your own life. When you're able to see the pendulum, you're able to get your power back. You must, especially in this year. Look at that, 369. It's the Tesla numbers, right? If you are able to many people cannot do this. They cannot do this. You could put we're far past all of this. A lot of you know this. You could put it up, on the mainstream, and people won't even hear it. So it's all done, right? People that hear this. People that repeat the loop. It's a loop. It's a cycle. It's a subconscious program, and it takes a lot of energy to break free of a pendulum. and you could be there, and you could watch this channel, whatever the channel you like. You pick the channel, and everything is through that. And there's the bells, and there's the red updates, and there's the breaking news. I'm breaking all this other, and there's your nervous system. Okay, so what I teach on this channel, your nervous system is everything. So when your nervous system gets caught into all these pendulums, that energy from the nervous system is feeding the pendulum like a loosh. And you're not actually living your life. Chad Spencer, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. I love you, brother. I'm very grateful for that. You see how I just disengaged? I love to teach. So I could disengage now. Now I could be relaxed, right? You disengage, you sit back, and you watch. I watch. If you're able to watch these things, if you're unable to disconnect and actually be the observer, you will get carried away. And, really, it's the same. I don't feel that a lot of things are nefarious, like actually negative. I do feel that so many people are ingrained. I know this, I study this, and that's why I'm here to serve the people with this information. I think things are designed to get you, like if I'm triggering you today, you must see things. So when you see things, people are saying, this looks like a show. This doesn't make sense. This guy said, right? Some people were writing, David said this, and then the next day that happened. That doesn't make any sense. So something has to crack you free of the matrix. And the only way that you can do this is if you see this for yourself. Some people see the meme and the guy's like holding the other guy's eyes open. He's like, look at it, look at it. And they have to be able to wake up on their own. And it is very difficult. And when you think about guilt, duty, obligation, I went through things in life. Some, like, we have programs. Oh, we got to be a nice guy, a nice gal, be part of the cause. Gaslighting. You're not part of the cause. Do you recognize these things? So in your life, what is the person teaching you? These are the questions. I ask questions. Do you have inner dialogue? You ask these, what is this person, what is this situation teaching me? If you go about your life and you say, what am I learning from this situation? You are given these situations at an accelerated rate. It's getting very loud because we're at the end. Okay? I think the chat is glitching a little bit. You just hit 555 if you still hear me. Yeah, we're live, so that freezes up sometimes. Okay. So your task right now, don't get pulled in too deep to those situations. And again, you have to realize this, right? I've struggled through this for a while because people are empaths. You're a caring person. You do care about your brothers and sisters. Okay. I appreciate that, Noel. Do you see it? And that's why if you get too caught up with the physical, it's part of the design of the matrix. It's part of the design of the matrix. You can't get caught up with the physical, which then brings you into the pendulum, which is energetic. It's always about the energy. And you're going to have this revelation today because it is very deep. And I went on my journey, And there were certain things that I had to dislodge from to make my life like you're going to wake up one day and you're going to sit there. And I teach about God's seasons. God will put you through seasons. And that's why God makes you get real quiet. You're going to get real quiet with it. So you can see this. You can see it all. And then once you awaken to the truth about the reality, and then you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to have this epiphany. And you're going to realize that not everyone is supposed to wake up. They won't. They'll never see. No. Everyone's just concerned. Did I nail it, Regina? I love to nail it hard. Yeah. Yeah, not everyone's supposed to wake up. Now, your job, evolved wellness, I appreciate that. I appreciate the beautiful comments. Right? We have a tremendous community here. Now, not everyone's supposed to wake up. So as we're analyzing these things, I see a lot of clowns out there. And yeah, I know some people are writing about it. You will experience this within your own family. Can you imagine this? I've said this very strongly. Can you imagine? And this is why this whole world is being cleared out. And as we go through this, a lot is revealed. It's very hurtful to people that are empaths. It is hurtful. There was no unconditional love. I discussed this term unconditional love, right? You're on this today, and maybe you didn't get it from your own mother, right? They were concerned about the pendulum prior to their own son or daughter, right? You had a girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband. Oh, and they didn't unconditionally love you. No, they were concerned about the pendulum. It's very difficult. Listen, we've all had an experience like this. And if you're a person, you're operating out of your soul, and it's tough. It's tough. And that's why when you dislodge from it, you're dislodging from the matrix. And again, pendulums are part of nature and the matrix. You have to understand how it works. And with that said, it doesn't mean that they're all negative. They're not all negative. And, this is a concept that people can't get through their head because everyone's polarized. The left, the right, everyone's waking up, grand rising. Oh, everyone's coming in now. They're concerned, the left, the right, the Coke, the Pepsi, right? All this stuff. What about neutral? There are many things people, and I know if you're new, and I go through these very deep topics here on this channel. Neutral is an actual thing. You don't have to choose or this is the only, no. It's just pendulum. Neutral is a thing. Infinity is it. There's infinite amount of possibilities. There's infinite amount of timelines. But when you are waking up, as Jack Roberts is writing right now, it's a difficult thing to experience. To see the behaviors, and again, it goes beyond behaviors because everything's just out there. Do you know the internet is the Wild West? Wiki wiki wild wild west. Yeah, the internet's the Wild West. And people, listen, you never know what's going to gain traction. People say this about that person. It's just, again, this goes back to gossip. Your goal right now is to be concerned. Ready? You're going to go to yourself first. If you're in a relationship, in the relationship, that your family and your community. So relationship is relationship with you, God, right? Then if you have a relationship, and then your family, and then your community. All right, hit the like button for that. I appreciate that. And it's wild. People are, it's like this is the, and so a lot of people see cognitive dissonance out there. You see all different types of derangement syndromes. I see this within spirituality. All right, this is the, no, it's, you're not actually practicing what you preach. You're going into a pendulum. You're going into a secondary matrix. There's more than one, there's matrices that are out there. And until you see it for yourself, there were things I had to see. That's why it's very intense. You could raise your hand in the chat if you feel it's very intense. Okay? Yeah, and I'm reading the chat right now. Again, you're going to see it. Your job is to say, "Hey, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense." And then you're on your way. Yeah. Are you able to do that? Huh? Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. That's all you need to do when you will wake up from the dream. The dream world. Are you up? You are moving forward. You don't care about gaslighting, right? All these other, it's just, again, it goes to the pendulum. I teach the deep things here, right? So in the past week, I put up a very powerful video. Everyone deserves to know the truth. If you did not watch that video, and you're going to see I give you real life examples, very powerful video. A lot of you like when I go out on the beach, I drop those very deep truth bombs. That video will pop up at the end. It's going to be at the pinned comment. Everyone deserves to know the truth. Do you agree with that? And I really break down, you know, when you actually have, and you will not find the truth anywhere out there. The truth is out there, but what you are to do, you're going to have to sort through the truth. That you know, there's all different types of people that are tuned into this episode today. Intuition is a real thing. It's not just a spiritual wackadoo thing. If you have no intuition, you're going to be lost. Why it's getting more. Look at all the, just everything's flung. You'll never be able to keep up with it if you. Whirlwind. I like that name. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. Throwing a wrench at the pendulum. I appreciate you throw the wrench at the pendulum. I'll throw my big hammer at the pendulum and we will crash it all down. Everyone's bringing something to the party. We're actually just having a party out here. And that's that, you know, it's one of the talking points that I gave recently in the podcast. People are not having fun. You don't realize it's literally like the Matrix. You're absolutely eviscerating truth. You could have had true love relationships. That's just a program, like an NPC. Everyone's got to watch that video. Everyone deserves to know the truth. And when you're able to dislodge from ego, it's just part of it. It is part of nature. Just observe. That's what I do. I observe animals out on the beach. I observe the birds. There goes a flock of birds. They're all flying a certain way in a certain formation. There goes the school of fish. There they go around. Well, the pendulums operate in society and they operate in the matrix. What did you see last night? What did you actually see? You just, and if you, your task is to observe the humans. I see such negativity. Isn't it disgrace? Like, aren't you supposed to love? Humans are like the only like animals of the same species that carry on like this. This is how you know that there's a deep ingrained spiritual attribute to this. Like so ingrained with the ego that you say negative things and hope for negative things to a person. That's what a disgrace. You have to understand that karma, again, karma is also not good or bad. These are just the energies of the universe, right? Like the pendulum I discussed about today. When you wish, I see this a lot. That stuff comes back in your face, bro. Girl, when you walk with content of character, none of these things, okay? And this is the problem. I teach about the world of social media. Click subscribe today, improve your life today. I've seen both interesting things and disgraceful things written about both of these men. That's your life. That's how you. That's how you. I'm watching you. Ooh. I also did a podcast on are there two Donald Trumps? A lot of people resonated with that. Also caught a few people. If you are not able, I'm giving you the answer today. People will not hear it. I'll wait. Dislodge, disengage. Gets a little noisy out. Just take a moment. Take it, like you see how I take a moment? Disengage. This is what you have to do, right? This is how you have to live your life. Got to disengage. Disengage. And I see a very sharp amount of light warriors that are in the comments right now. You got to disengage. If you're not, there, it's just life. People go with this, say the red or the blue, right? People go with this, to that. People go with the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, right? People go with the 49ers, right? I'm just giving examples, right? The Broncos, baby. But in life, and I've seen that in the sports world, like in the modern sports world, like people are not so ingrained with a team, like they're just like, and I've done a full video on this. If anyone is a Jet, I feel bad for the Jet fans. I did a full video on this that actually dictates this. All right, like there was a great resignation from Jet fans that were buying season tickets, and they all had an epiphany, and they said to themselves that these people don't even care, and they actually stopped buying the season tickets for the first time in years, and they dislodged. And now people are going, oh, I like this quarterback, I like that guy, and they're watching different teams. So as you see this happening in sports is a little bit lighter because people will get triggered if you talk about your my political party. Ooh, ooh. I've seen people like act like that. They go, ooh. Have you? So they dislodged from the sports team, and they could just sit back and just watch the games. They want to follow this guy's story, that guy's story, finish the story, and it's just different. Xena, warrior princess. Remember they had the good shows on TV? I love you, Xena. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for all your great work, Uncle Mike. I appreciate that, Xena. Thank you. If you watch wrestling, this is also shown there, right? All you need to do is understand energy. When you're watching a heel, the bad guy is trying to generate, it's called generating heat, okay? So a lot of people have awakened that politics is a lot like wrestling as well. So what you're doing, you're not you're watching like cinema. And then there you are. You actually are rude. You're rude to your brothers and sisters. Like, and I've seen this. Like, I enjoy to watch football. The people in the football community and part of the football community, how you doing, brothers? Right? They're better people, content of character, and then people like they try to be so. Ooh, I'm so prestigious with this party and that party, and even when it comes to organized religion, a lot of people are woke up about that. And there's a big fall of organized religion. A lot of people, again, it's not about the religion. I've shared this, right? Jesus taught consciousness. Jesus didn't teach religion. Are you up? Is anyone awake? Does anyone hear my voice? Some people can't hear that. Are you up? Yeah, Jesus taught consciousness. Jesus didn't teach religion. Someone's got to hit the like button. Someone's got to share this today. Someone's got to wake up today. And I know there's people that are tuned into this, and you've seen this stuff, and you literally see people that claim a certain this or that, and they're rude to their own mother, they're rude to their children. If you've experienced that, leave a comment down below. You're watching pendulums. You're watching pendulums actually flow. And it's just a gathering of that information. Now let's take a pendulum. Like if everyone literally right now at this moment, if everyone literally clicked the like button, if everyone literally clicked the share button when I get off the air, we're actually creating a positive pendulum to wake people up. It's always going to be about content of character, and I get it. I'm being real. I know it's very difficult if you don't see the pendulum, if you don't see these things for yourself. People are so drawn to gossip. If there is on this channel, and you could click subscribe, gossip is going to destroy your life all the time. Gossip totally ruins it. And when you go out in there, and I'm here to teach the truth, you're going to hear about witchcraft and all these things. Well, it's just a repetition of the subconscious. These are literal things that happen. They all repeat the same thing. And then you get caught up in the pendulum. And you're supposed to, even if a person is a good person, right? Like you might say, oh, this, like I see different, like I see very powerful men that are part of this community, and you could appreciate another man doing work. And you just sit back, oh, he's working hard, he's doing this, he's fixing the country, he's doing this, that, and the other thing. And then there's a bunch of boys out there, and they worship, you're not supposed to worship. No, you're supposed to go to God, buddy. That's why when people see, like, they saw, like, I see this tweet, and I don't understand this tweet, right? It's supposed to wake you up. It's supposed to wake you up. You're not supposed to worship other people. You're not even concerned with your wife. You're not even concerned with your husband. A lot of people love this channel. Some people get triggered. I'm just trying to help you become a better human being. It's wild. You concerned about the politics over your own husband, and you destroyed the life. You destroyed the beautiful wife you had. And here we are. A lot of us are single. I'm single, ladies, right? So if you're in this, if you're going through this, if you dislodge, you don't need this stuff. I don't need anyone. I don't need nobody to define me, because you're not part of the pendulum. You're not part of the clique. Get it through your skull. This is how we awaken true warriors on this channel. I don't care. I sit alone on the beach, no problem. You don't disrespect me because of a political party or an ideology. It's a pendulum. It's part of the matrix. I told you when I was out there on the front line, a lot of people like that video. The matrix is coming to an end. And this is Disclosure Day 2026. Smash the like button. It's the truthful disclosure. Because if you can't see the pendulum, you've lost. It's the real stuff. Let me give it to you straight. Give it to me straight, Doc. All right. Bugs Bunny actually knew about this stuff. Remember Bugs Bunny? Ooh, Bugs Bunny. Okay. The true disclosure is actually seeing what's going on in life. I get it. You want to see the mothership in the sky. There's the mothership. No, that's not how it works. Because if it's given to you like that, you still don't, it's not really you. Bugs is your favorite, Janine? I appreciate you, Janine. Sylvia, love this channel. I love you, Sylvia. I love you. Hopefully people will it's so wild. It's a very dark world. It really is. I've seen this over the years. People throw love away for a label, politics. In the past, I see, sports is more like it's fun. It's very sad. I know there's a lot of people listening. You're very sad. It is very saddening. So I hope I help people break free of this. All right. If you believe it's, and again, this does go to cognitive dissonance, and there are people that post. You're again. It goes to it's an event that happened. And I could see people post all this information about David in the positive lens. And then I also see people post all this negative stuff. And you're wasting your life. You're wasting your life watching a political thing instead of actually loving your own husband or wife. Actually getting together in a community. It's sad. You should be making love and not doing all this stuff. It's just the truth. It's very sad in this world. And I hope if I woke up one person with this talk today, and if it resonates with you, I'm grateful for the community support sharing the video today. Leave a comment down below. And a very powerful video I did was everyone deserves to know the truth. It's very sad. And you watch that video if you haven't yet. Maybe rewatch it. It's very powerful. Everyone deserves to know the truth. If you listened all the way to the end of this podcast, listen to the words and then you watch that video. Maybe if you were given the truth at a younger time, you would have lived a totally different life that your heart really wanted. You could have had you could have had this job, a vocation, you could have had this relationship, and you didn't have the truth. You didn't have the truth. Your life could have been totally different if you had the truth. And I show up here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Let's become the greatest version, people. And sometimes if you're here, you had to lose, you had to go through gut-wrenching pain. God, why do I have to go through gut-wrenching pain? Because it inspires you to help other people. Break free today. And it's just a pendulum. If you're able to, you can't, and again, which people, again, you can't take this channel or this content in polarization. There are pendulums, you could be part of them, but you can't get controlled by them. Observe them, right? Observe them from a higher vantage point, and don't get sucked in, and don't ruin the lives of others according to the pendulum. Wow. And the feed has been, hit me up on Facebook. Tremendous Facebook post. We got tremendous reels on Facebook. And that's how it is. Like I show people, the wind is picking up right now. We're having winds of change are coming before we get off the air. The winds of change have arrived. You could come in, right? I show up and then I go about my everyday life. Don't get controlled by these things. It's just part of your life. I hope it helps one person. Leave tons of comments on this. I read all the comments. I love you all. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys. Disclosure Day has arrived.